Hello. I got up this morning. I'm in Rwanda, beautiful place, and I sat out on a balcony and looked over at the sunrise, and I made a video. Okay, and in my video, I'm gonna make a print screen, and the birds were singing, and it was just wonderful. And then I didn't put the sound on the video, so I have to make the damn thing again. I'm not in that bad a mood, so I'm gonna make it in again. Sorry about this. Now, what we're gonna do, and I have to tell you something. If you have a Mac, these macros that we're gonna talk about don't generally, a lot of times they don't work, and I don't have a Mac to practice on. To get my daughter's Mac or something like that to try this. But what we're going to do is do something I hate. I don't think I've printed an Excel model in years, maybe 10 or 15 years. Haven't printed an output. And I had a client who said, would you please make a printout for me? And I said, print macro. I said, oh, okay, I don't really know how to do it, but it shouldn't be that hard. And then it was a hell of a lot more painful than I ever thought. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to make this print macro. And let's see, if I want to make it this one a landscape, this is the printing the summary report. I just click print preview, okay, and then we get a summary, okay, and then I suppose you could put print if you ever wanted to go to a printer. I haven't been connected to any printer. And then if I wanted to make it portrait, I could do this. And I bet you it won't look very different. Okay, maybe it looks a little different. And then if I don't want to fit it to a page, I can do it like this. Okay, oops. That made it really small, so maybe I want to make it 100 bigger, and then I print it like this. And then I guess we'd have to go to the next page to get the rest of it. Okay, and then what you might want to do is instead of just looking at the preview, once you got it right, you'd print it. Maybe you wanted a landscape, and maybe you wanted 70, okay? All right, and now I'm going to explain in this video how to make this, okay? Once you do this, you can print it out. Now, another thing you might want to do is when you get to report, let's look at this annual summary. Okay, I'm fitting this to a page. It's going to be really small. But this one, oops, I can't even see it. So instead of using this fit to page, by the way, you can change them all like this, or you could change all of the sizes. Let's make it 60, okay? Instead of fitting to the page, let's have it landscape and go to a print preview. Okay, and then this time there's some headers, what do they call this, print titles or something, and then there are columns. And if we go to the next page and the next page, it keeps, the titles on, okay? All right, now this model is called the gas plant example. It's on the website, and then we can press exit. I think I showed you most of it. If we would like to print maybe 4 things on the head, let's put 5 things on the headers. Hopefully this won't break it. There might be a problem with this. Okay, then I think there are a couple of extra spaces here, so maybe that looked a little better. Okay. If you want to see all the macros behind this, you can look at it, and it's in this one, okay? And whoops, I have to make a call, so I'm going to have to pause this. So we look into the featured project finance models, and it's down here at the bottom, gas plant example, okay? And I'm going to pause because I've got a Skype call. Okay, so I think I described enough about this. Now, what we're going to do in this video is what I did before. I'm going to do it again. And I have not even put it here. So let's go and open this file I just made. Okay, and I'm just going to use this right now to, oh my God, excuse me. We had a little discussion of the print. I'm going to show you how to make one of those user form boxes. I'm going to show you how to make it pop up and come back. I'm going to show you how to initialize a few variables, how to run some programs, how to transfer some variables. Well, I should explain this a little bit better. So when you press the print button, we want to be able to, if we press print, we want to be able to, after we close the print, have it come back to you. Okay, that's the first thing, and how to just make this whole thing. The next thing is how to just initialize the variables. So if I want this all to be 50, I want to do this. And if I want it all to be landscape or all at the beginning, how to kind of start it, okay? Then how to run the programs. Now, when you do these are variables with the checkboxes and the size. These are the programs, exit, change size. These are the ones that actually call a macro, that actually does something, okay? And then we get how to transfer the variables. So what we have is we put this print to fit or landscape or 50, we put it and we run the program, and we have to call these into another little macro. It's really easy. We just call these into a macro, and then we use that in a, oh, excuse me. I shouldn't sneeze in the stupid video thing. Sorry, I sneezed. Okay, and then how to kind of adjust these parameters. So when we actually print, you know, if I would make this portrait and, you know, 30, that should be a kind of small thing. Okay, that was very small. But if we put 100 and a landscape, then we'll get a bigger one. Okay, so how to make it adjust. And then kind of how to change everything. If we want to change the size and make all of them 100, how do we do that? And all of those things are in the other print macro that I made. And on this print macro, you can take that file and look at all the programs once I introduce it to you. Now, the biggest thing is finally, when we're finished with all this, you can copy these print macros to your own files and just adjust them and do things yourself. So let's get started. Let's press make a new sheet, Control N. And let's find some stuff. Okay, here I use this P50 and P90 business in wind farms. Okay, and let's say we copy all this stuff here. This is an old kind of project, but kind of good. It's not good, but I use it when I teach the renewable stuff. And let's put it in our new sheet, Control V. Now, when we do that, it gives us this, style of downward style. And what you do is you just click on this one and reformat it. Okay, and it gives you, it kind of at least puts it together for you. And then you have a problem with the titles. what I'm going to do is go to the macros and implement the read PDF macros. What that does is it puts a little add in here, and then we can fix the titles. And I think if I just select this one, we'll see if it really works. I'm working on the titles things, but then you just go to fix the titles. You could press Shift Control T, and let's say, I think there are 8 across. Let's do that again, just a minute. Add-ins, fix titles. I think there might have been 9. Should have understood that for us. Okay, so we have this, and let's say we want to print this page. Okay, this is one of the P90 page. Okay, now we go back here and delete that. We don't need all that anymore. Okay, Shift space bar, go up here, Control minus, get rid of that. Okay, that's how we can get that page. Let's practice kind of another thing. You know, if you wanted to just go to the, let's go here. I am, you know, kind of interested, and I may be full of crap about this. I don't know. You know, we want to. I've been course evaluation. What the hell's that? No, this is, see, that was my last time. Let's find some, oh, I know what I did. I want to just, let's do it by the dates. Now, if I, oh, shit. Let's go down here. Now, if I, here's a range resources. They're supposed to be this wonderful, best kind of, you know, look at their beautiful pictures. They're supposed to be the best shale gas and most efficient shale gas producer in the country. Look at all these pictures they have of the beautiful scenery to prove that they just don't do anything at all to the environment. Maybe they don't, I don't know. But my big question is, what's the real cost? Now, let's just take some of this. So if we just take some of this, I've done this a lot, I know. And let's just put this as another file. So part of my little secret here is, and then we press Shift Control A, and we click on the regular kind of first one, because that's the regular one. You notice I have these, and this, I kind of did this badly. I'm going to do it again. Shift Control A. I thought I just fixed this, by the way, but I do not want to mark the duplicates. I've got to check that shit. Okay, I didn't like the way it put those little A's things after that, because what it does is if you got it twice, it puts it there, I think. Where's it first? No, that wasn't, that's okay. I was wrong. That was just part of the, in the thing itself. So let's just pick another one. And these are just pages we're going to print. So that was my secret thing, is to show you this read PDF that nobody downloads. I think it's cool. Why wouldn't anybody download this? Okay. If you download it, tell me. I bet you don't. So why can't I find any other numbers here? Look at all this crap they're telling us. Okay, I don't want that one either. Okay, why don't we get this one? Just click Control C, just go to this. Now you can do this straight from the internet. There's no reason you have to copy, you know, and download this. Shift Control A. Put it there. Okay, and then we get another page. This one didn't have any underlines and all that. Okay, I've worked a lot on this for the, you know, the other stuff. So this was production or something. Okay, and this one we don't need anymore. I leave it there so you can check, you know, and this is PV of cash or something. Okay, those are our pages. And then let's press Shift F11. And when we press Shift F11, this will be like our menu page. And you know, I think this is not very good, actually. But if you, I have to kind of get out of this one and run the generic macros. I've never really tried this one, but you know, then our add-ins are back to the generic macros, and we put running the table of contents, and we get this. And then what we want to do, oops, and the reason this names come like this is because these are from functions. I didn't put them in macros. Maybe I should one day. Okay. And then let's go to our developer and put a little menu to print, okay? And we're going to just put print screen or something. How's that? This is going to get our print screen. And we can write print. And if I'm doing too boring stuff, I am sorry. Okay, now the first thing we wanted to do was we wanted to, why did this not take it? I'll put new. Okay. First thing we might want to do with this is to go and insert a user form. And this user form now, I hope not to waste too much of your time. Okay, it's named user form here, but I'd recommend leaving the name user form. If you want to put a caption like print screen, print menu or something, you can do that. Okay, and then the next thing we do is I suppose let's make it a different background color. Why not? Go to System, Palette. Let's make it a yellow color or something. Okay. God knows why. Okay. And you want your toolbox, and then we have 1, 2, 3 pages. Let's say we have 5 pages eventually. I could put some more of that stuff on, and then we have labels, text, combo boxes, command buttons, scroll bars. It's kind of like the, insert in the developer. But the only ones we're really going to use are the label, the text box, and the command buttons. And the checkbox, the easy ones. And let's make a text box. So let's make this one, this is going to be kind of our sheet 1. But this is, I'll put P90 page, or we could make it sheet 1. And then next to that, let's decide, well, I want to make it either a landscape or a portrait, so we'll kind of put that next. And so let's put, let's say this is going to be landscape, if I spelled that right. Now, I maybe should do this a little bit bigger because we want to make it kind of the same size. Now, once you've done it once, I would suggest trying to copy it and paste it here. And we might want to print to fit. That's that's a little bit painful. We'll see why. Okay, and then we might want to put the size. And for the size, take a text box. You can't kind of get a number directly. We're going to have to take this text and make it into a number. And then you finally, you can put this command button that says, well, let's print it out. Okay, and that's the one that will run the program. So we'll put print. Okay, and then once you've got it for 1, you can click on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's paste it. And I'll move our toolbox. And we need to keep it reasonably, this is painful for me to do it like this. How about if I press now, click on one of these and press Control A, it copies them all. and then we can paste it again. Okay. And then, why don't we press Control A, copy it one more time, and we've got the whole thing. Okay. I hope, oh no. Did I get that about right? Okay, close enough. And then we might want another command button to exit. Okay, and on the bottom, eventually, we might want to change all of these. So we can also put a label here, and this is going to be something like the size. Okay, so that's enough of that. You know, you might be irritated with me now and give me a thumbs down and all this and make me cry. You know, but size. Okay, I didn't take that long with this crap. Okay, now once you have this, then the next thing is what we want to do is show this screen, and we want to kind of be able to press a print button. So that's what we're going to show you next, how to just show this screen, get the print button, and then we want to go to the next one. And of course, this one should be the production, and this one could be the PV of cash. And let me stop. I'm going to put some other stuff here, okay? So let's, I just added some extra pages with real stuff just from the read PDF to Excel. Okay, that's the next one. Now, the next step after that is going to be to just get this thing to get started. Now, what you do is you go back, let's go to this code, and this basic print screen, we put userform1.show. Okay, and that's all we really do. Now, if you run this, it just shows the page. Okay, so that wasn't that bad. All right, now let's say we want to initialize something. So now here, this is kind of a little bit of a pain. This thing is checkbox 1. Okay, and when I copied it, I'm sure it didn't, this thing is not going to be in order, kind of. These text box, this is text box 1. I'm just finding this, so I'm just clicking on it. And then how many text box did we have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This isn't the right size. That's too bad, huh? And then we go to, I'm sighing again. And then we can put a sub that initializes things. And we can write userform1 dot text box, and notice it gives you, and let's say our size is initially going to be 50%. Okay, and then all we do is copy that. 2, 2, 3, 4. I forgot how many. I'm losing it. Text box 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many did I say? Why can't I remember that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't remember that I counted it like that. I'm losing my short-term memory. Huh. Okay, now once you do that, but I wonder if there's pills you can take for that. Okay, and then we put up here, initialize. Okay, and that we'll just call it. So this time, when I'm going to run it from here, When I run it, it puts, oh shit. Oh, these are text box. Oh, damn. Let's exit and see if oh shit, I didn't exit. I thought those were just labels. Oh, damn. Oh, good. So we got to be really careful. Now what I'm going to do is not do that. Let's not. Let's just... see, now I'm nervous. I really screwed up that one. Let's just initialize a couple of them. No, that I don't want to do that either, because that might be, I don't know which is which. Okay, so we'll leave that blank for a minute. All right, that's not very important anyway. You see the idea, okay? Maybe you see the idea. I didn't really explain that one very well. We have to find which is named text box 1 and what's named checkbox 1 and all that stuff, okay? Now, let's go back to, and this will be clear now. So let's go back to this user form. I meant the user form, just the form itself. And let's say we want to do something. We want to print this. Now, you press this is called command button 1. And you take this silly private thing off, unless you really think you're so important that it has to be private. What a joke that is. And then you first put user form 1.hide. We're going to hide it first. And then we're going to put message box do something. And then if we want it back, we put user form 1.show. Okay? And that will just kind of do it. Now what we're going to do something, i.e. Print, okay? Is that all right? Maybe I don't know if you should, what the right thing to do is it? Maybe like this, okay? And then let's do the same thing here. Go up to the user form, and let's, on the exit, now this doesn't work on the Apple. God knows why the stupid Apple is so different. So we put end. I don't know why I don't think that works on the Apple. So that's command button 9, command button 1. If we wanted to do something for command button 2, I hope that's the next one, it's going to be a really kind of repetitive process. And we just put here command button 2 and do the same thing. And a lot of this will be precisely what we're just doing now. So now if I click on this one, I shouldn't have really done that. We get it, and if we print, it says do something, i.e. print, and it takes us right back. And then if we press exit, it just takes us away. Okay, so that's step number 1. Okay, and now we're starting to, I'm doing it twice because I'm so proud of myself, I guess, huh? And then let's say where's our little print example? So we have shown you how to make a user form, how to make it come back. I've done a bad job on initializing the variables. And then we've got to run the programs and transfer some of the variables. So that's what we're going to do next to get really one of these things to work. Okay, so what we do then is go to our book 4, and I'm going to call this print example 2, because I'm going to give you the other one. Okay, and it's not, so we want it, we better save it as a macro enabled workbook, otherwise you'd lose all those wonderful macros we just did. Okay, now no, I don't want to do that right now. Let's go back to this, and now we're going to start printing. Okay, now before we start printing, we're going to do something else. Okay, let's go back here, and we have the codes for this. Okay, so on this one, when we want to call, I'm going to put a print program, and if we put print program. Okay, we're not finished. Don't tell me about that, I know. Okay, and I wanna send some variables across. So I'm gonna put, the first one we said was landscape. I'm going to call that user form, yes, user form 1 dot checkbox 1. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next one and say, well, instead of landscape, the next one I forgot. We put also. I think we put size text, something like that. Size print, how's that? Equals user form 1 dot textbox 1. Okay, and then if I want to send these variables to our print program, you have to put call, and you put print program, and we'll put we'll put landscape, and then we'll put size print. Now, when you look at the other program I did, there was a whole bunch of other stuff about printing the top ones and fitting to print. And in fact, what we should do now is let's go back to the user form. We had the landscape here, the print to fit. I don't know what that happens to be. Checkbox 2. I didn't know it was checkbox 2 until I just did that. So then we put how about this is fit print is checkbox 2. This business of finding the number, okay, is a pain. It's not like Czech Republic, it checks box, okay, and so we can put the fit print here. Now we need to figure out what to put in our second one. So I don't know an easier process than this. What I would do is, for the landscape, you click, and that's checkbox 4. How in the heck would you know it's checkbox 4? So you can copy this stuff, okay, and the landscape now is checkbox 4. And then we really have to go back to the user form. What a pain this is, and click on this one, double click, and that's checkbox 3. Maybe there's an easy way to do this. I don't know why it went down. And then I'm hoping that this is text box 2, but we could double check that by going to user form and just clicking on this and make it sure. Oh, this time it put it down on the bottom. I don't know why. Probably some logical reason. Okay, so now we calling that. So the hardest part is sometimes just figuring out what these damn numbers are. Okay, so now we've got these numbers, and now let's make our print program. Okay, and to make the print program, I'm going to copy this and put this in our other module. Okay, so if you're calling a program that transfers variables, I know, sub. Okay, you have to use the word call. God knows why. All these stupid little rules, I hate them. Okay, and then now we're gonna print the program. Now, to print the program, there are a couple of other things we have to do. The first one we're going to print is, we said, for some reason, I want to print, the first one is the P90 page, okay? Well, I don't have to do this, but I'm going to move it. I need, and this, if you start changing the names, it's going to be a real pain. So let's put the, first, let's put the page we're going to print. So we go back to this user form code and we put sheet page. It's not so easy, is it? Sheet name equals P90 page. Okay, I hope I spelled it right. And then the range name that we want to print is called, how about we'll do the same thing, call it P90, okay? Or P90 print. Is that okay? And that's a pain. You have to go and define these print things you're going to do. So I'm going to print this stuff out here. So I'm going to select this area like this. Shift Control F3. No, Control F3. Sorry. And we'll make it a new range name. And I called it P90 print. It doesn't matter if you capitalize these things or not. And then I'd have to go and name the ranges for all of these things. Okay, and we have to remember what they are. That's one of the painful parts of this whole thing. Okay, so I hope I named it okay. And now we've got to read these in as well. So we put sheet name, and then we put range name. Now here's the other real problem with this whole thing, is that you have to be on the right sheet name. You can't just call the range name. You need to know both the sheet name and the range name. That's such a hellish thing. So let's also get the sheet name. Did I do that in the right? And range name. Okay. Now once we have this, let's just go and do this. So, and this is, we start recording a macro, and this, I hate that Excel's print, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but it seems to be a real pain. I'm going to press Control P, and there used to be a nice little preview thing. Why the hell can't you get that anymore? And then just to make sure we get a couple, let's just put it a fit to, no, let's adjust it. Let's make it a landscape, and I think press OK. And then let's just go back and stop recording the macro. And this thing was called macro 3. So we go to our developer tab and we go and find our macro number 3 we just did. Let's just look in this workbook, and let's put this into, we're going to put this into our print screen. And it does all this shit. Look at all this crap. Let's put this in here. Now, of course, we have to get rid of the end sub, and let's get rid of all of this crap. Now, this is a little dangerous. I couldn't figure out what to get rid of and what not. I don't care about all the headers and all this stuff. Print headings, hell. Okay, we want this landscape thing, and we want the zoom thing. We want to see how big it is, okay? I think we're up about here, okay? And I don't know if you need any of this stuff or not. Probably screwed it up, okay? Now what it's going to do, what we need to do is first get to the right page. So we put sheets, and we put our sheet name dot select, and then we put our range, and you can put the range right here instead of doing it this, and we don't put it in quotes, just range name, because we've already got the quotes around it when we define the range name. That's figuring out when to put quotes in and when not drives me completely nuts. You could put the different row titles here, and then eventually we're going to put the other stuff. But for now, let's just see if this works. Okay, so we go to our menu page. It's not going to work. I'm going to start complaining, but we don't really have these yet. But I'm just going to put print and look at it. Expected end sub. Of course, I didn't take the macro 3 out. Okay, not surprising. Sure, there's more problems with it. This is not what we want to do. Okay, and we go here, and it says do something. I print, and I didn't do the key thing right at the end. Okay, and right at the end, I needed to go to here, and we needed to put print preview. Okay, you go to assign macro, and you can see this is a pain. I hate it, but I think it's worth showing. Maybe you don't. Maybe I'll get all these thumbs down. What am I doing here? Selection dot print preview. Now, how would you know this? I have no clue, because this is an older one. I just remember this from the ancient days. Now we put print. It goes and gets a print preview. And we can close it and decide to print it. Okay, and then it's coming back. Okay? And I just... okay, thanks. I'm not talking to myself. I'm making a video here, so it's okay. It's okay. You don't think I'm completely nuts. Okay. And then, okay. And we're just about finished. This man thinks I'm crazy talking to my computer. And we put the now we put the let's see, we put if landscape equal true, then we're going to name a variable. And the way we'll name it, don't worry about this, is to go and find where we put the landscape. Okay, that's what we do. So it's basically just defining variables. And we can do the same thing for kind of the, well, I'm not going to do the print fit, I'm going to do the size. And to do the size, we do something differently. We put a dimension single. We have to make it just a variable, and then we put dimension size variable or something as single. Should have come up with better ones. And then we put size variable, and what you do is you put C character to single, C, S, and G, something like that. I think that's what you do. And you call that size print. So we have to take that. We need a just put a different variable, and then you put size variable down here. Okay, and then once we've done that, let's run it. Okay, and let's say I want this as landscape, and I want this as 100, so we'll make a big one. I'm going to go here, and it didn't work. Size C2. Oh, I think it's not C single. Okay, let's see if that does it. And I might have to stop. Okay, here was my error. You of course have to get something in here, but if you press print, now it works. Okay, and my error was that I had text box 1, and this is text box 2. I should have used labels for these. Sorry about that. And then, so I put text box 1 instead of text box 2. So if we put 100 here, and we go to print, then you get a bigger thing. Now, once you've done this one time, you know, I'm going to make another video on this. The guy left the room. I'm sitting in a place after I'm teaching. That's why he came in and thought I was some kind of kook for talking to my computer. And he didn't understand what I was doing at all. So I've talked to you for 47 minutes about this, which is too long. Nobody would ever watch something for 47 minutes. I think what I should do is put maybe much shorter videos on here. And we press assign macro, and we press edit. And we take this user form, and we have to make another sheet, and we have to copy this, you know, drag this just like you would for another, you know, a file or something. That's what you have to do with these user forms, unfortunately. I don't know of any other easier way to copy them. You know, you can't copy the code, obviously. I don't know if you can just click on this and copy it. I've never tried that, but what if we insert a new one, pasted it? No, that doesn't work. Okay, so that's that. So I'll make another much shorter video on just how to transfer them, and that's enough. Bye.